Welcome to Grow and Give, a modern victory garden project from Colorado State University Extension. We're here to help you learn to grow food for yourself, to share with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and your community. Carrots and parsnips. Carrots and parsnips are root crops with a deep taproot that extends into the soil. They grow best in cool seasons. However, carrots can be direct seeded every 2 weeks from spring through summer for a continuous crop. Parsnips, however, need a much longer growing season, so they have to be started early indoors. Being root crops, carrots and parsnips grow best in a well-amended bed with good soil preparation. Put in some compost and then loosen and turn over the soil to a depth of 8 or 9 inches for carrots and much deeper for parsnips. Prepare the ground up to 18 inches deep for them. That's why both crops do best in raised beds. Because you don't want them to be misshapen, remove as many obstructions from the soil as possible, such as rocks, sticks, soil clods, or other debris. To sow carrots, direct sow the seed into the ground at a depth of about 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep. These seeds are really small, so most gardeners find it easier to just scatter the seeds across the planting area and then go back to thin later. But if you have a limited spot or you prefer a little more specific growing method, try the seed tapes. These are biodegradable pieces of paper that have the seeds fused right into them, and they'll space the carrots out at a good distance from one another. Then go ahead and moisten the ground. Carrots are notoriously slow to germinate. They can take up to 3 weeks to poke up out of the ground, so be really patient. Many gardeners, to remember that they put carrots in there, will mark the row with radish seeds also. Radishes are very quick to grow, and you can pluck them out of the ground, but know that your carrots are not far behind. Sow your parsnip seeds indoors in early March. They too are slow to germinate, and they need some time to germinate and then put on just a couple of sets of true leaves. Because parsnips are very picky about being disturbed once they've germinated, try sowing them in a little Jiffy pellet pot or some kind of a pot that can be planted directly into the ground that will biodegrade, and the parsnip root can then sink lower and lower into the ground without any obstruction. Plant the parsnips out as early as possible when they only have 1 or 2 sets of true leaves. This keeps disturbance down to a minimum for this incredibly picky crop. Keep the growing beds moist. Germinating carrot seeds find it very difficult to break through dry, crusty soil. So while they're waiting to germinate, please keep the soil consistently moist. And then, as both crops are growing, it's important to keep the area consistently moist so that you avoid cracked roots or carrots or parsnips that become bitter and tough. When germinated, thin the carrots when they're about 2 inches tall to a distance of 2 inches apart from one another. Don't be alarmed if the crops push up their shoulders from the soil a little bit. They might then discolor because the root is being hit by sunlight and starting to photosynthesize. Check the bed regularly, and if they start to have their shoulders lift from the soil, just gently put some soil or some mulch up to cover those shoulders to prevent the sunlight from striking them directly. There's nothing wrong with these particular roots, and you'll certainly be able to eat the part that's still below ground. But it is a good looking carrot or a good looking parsnip that is a nice clear color all the way to the top growth. Harvesting carrots or parsnips is pretty easy, except you need to remember that they have to be loosened in the soil before you can pull them out. If you reach down to grab the leafy top and pull them out of the soil without loosening it, you run the risk of having the top snap off and the root remain behind. So it's best to take a spading fork and get in there gently around these roots and loosen them before you pull them out. And make the most of your harvest. It's worth noting that as the soil cools, the roots will sweeten up. So many gardeners like to leave their carrots and parsnips in the ground in fall as the soil is cooling around them because the flavor improves. Then you can extend your growing season by covering the growing bed with at least 12 inches of straw or hay. This will buffer it from the cold freezing temperatures, but it's crucial that you don't put this on until after the soil has cooled down around these crops. If you put it on too soon and the soil is warm, then carrots and parsnips will become mealy and not very good to eat. Once you've done this, you can harvest from this area into late fall or even early winter just by moving some of the straw aside and loosening and pulling the carrot or the parsnip out. When choosing the right carrot for your Colorado garden, understand that there are several different types and shapes, and the sizes are different as well. Imperator carrots are really long, 8 to 10 inch types, and they need a very deeply prepared bed. For most of our heavy clay soils, Chantenay will do extremely well. This is a short to mid-length, about 4.5 to 5.5 inches long, with large top and a conical shape. Danvers is also good, and that grows to about 7 inches long. Nance is the type of carrot that is the most popular in Colorado. It's cylindrical with a blunt tip and gets to be about 6 to 7 inches long. They do extremely well in our heavy clay soils. If you're looking for something different, go with one of the miniatures, the Oxheart or Paris market types. They're typically short and stocky roots that only get to be about 2 to 3 inches long. And the miniature ones are perfect for gardening with kids. And don't forget to pick for color. There are a lot of different colors of carrots out there now. We have orange and white. We even have the purple types. So plant a rainbow in your garden by planting a lot of different carrots and also parsnips. Grow food, give locally, support your community. Contact your local CSU Extension office.